You want to lose fat, you want to lose it fast, especially stubborn belly fat, which I'm going to explain in 3 simple steps how to change and improve your situation from day 1. I'm a fat loss coach and I've helped countless people lose fat and change their lives forever, including myself. The methods I use and teach are science and evidence based, but I try to break it down into extremely simple steps that anyone can follow. Once you master these steps, you'll be able to manipulate your body fat whenever you want. Stubborn belly fat is extremely annoying for majority of you. Now, like a pool, we can't just take water from one place. We can't just scoop it up from the corner and expect the level of the water to go down in the corner. It's gonna take it from the entire pool. But what we're going to do is put ourselves in the best possible position to lose fat and eventually, like this guy, breaking down the glass, we will get to that stubborn body fat and rid ourselves of it forever. I'm going to make it extremely simple from easiest to hardest, and if you don't nail this, you'll never lose the belly fat. Step number 1. Now, it seems like an oversight, but the fact of the matter is walking can be among of the most powerful things for fat loss. To identify with your situation and improve it, what we're going to want to do first is track the total amount of steps you're doing daily for a week. So to do this, you can literally just take your smartphone and have it on you all day. And then at the end of the week, inside the step tracker on your smartphone, you can figure out how many steps you're doing daily. Now, if you work in an office or you have a job where you're sitting down, not doing a whole bunch, you're probably going to be around the 3,000 to 4,000 steps, which is quite low, but it's not an issue because we're here to improve that. So that is week 1, getting a baseline amount of steps that you do. Week 2, we're going to want to build on this. How do we do this? You're going to want to slowly increase your step count by 1,500 to 2,500 steps a day. And in this second week, we want to figure out what are the easiest ways to do this. So some simple tips and tricks we can do to make our step count larger is 1, park far away from the shops when you're going anywhere. So if you have an appointment, park as far away as possible. Get there 5 minutes earlier and walk a little bit further. We can choose in our office or at home the furthest bathroom away possible when you need to go to the bathroom. And personally, this is my favorite. We can walk around if you go to the gym during our sets. So after we complete our set, just do a lap or 2 laps around the gym. You need to recover in between sets anyway. So personally, I get around 3,000 to 4,000 extra steps per day just by doing this. It is by far the most powerful when it comes to increasing your steps. Another thing you can do is also going to improve your sleep. Having a wind down routine, which incorporates going for a 20 to 30 minute walk while listening to a podcast, away from screens, outside, really winding down is not only going to help your sleep, it will increase your step count. Obviously 20 to 30 minutes walking. You can go further. Sometimes I'll go for a 45 to 60 minute walk at night, just winding down, listening to something I enjoy and making the most of killing 2 birds with 1 stone, basically. Now, week 3 and beyond, what you're going to want to do is try to treat it like a bit of a game, trying to beat your high score in the game that you're playing. So the game is steps, and you're going to want to increase your daily steps week to week by about 500 to 1,000. Trying to implement things into your routine such as, all right, I've noticed I get about an hour break during the day. Maybe I'll go for a 5 to 10 minute walk this week. You've done that. It's easy. I'll try to go for a 10 to 20 minute walk next week. And just slowly increasing your steps over the week until they get to around 10 to 12,000, I find is usually the sweet spot for most people. It doesn't take up too much time to get this amount of steps, and it will turn you into a fat burning machine. The second step to ask yourself is, are you going to the gym? If not, It's totally fine. You can still lose a considerable amount of fat if you don't go to the gym, but the benefits of going to the gym are massive. Incorporating some kind of weightlifting routine is not only going to help us build muscle, retain the current muscle we have while we're trying to lose fat, you're obviously going to burn more calories if you're doing more exercise, which is ultimately going to lead to more fat loss. The main goal in the gym isn't to burn calories, but it is a bonus and added benefit if you want to think of it that way. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're not going to want to jump to 5, 6, 7 days a week in the gym because you will likely burn out. And the goal is fat loss for a prolonged period of time. So we just don't want to fall off. If you're already going to the gym, you can skip to step number 3. But if you're not already going to the gym, what I recommend is starting off with just going to the gym 2 times per week and doing a full body workout, which I'll make a separate video on later. But the fundamentals of what you're going to want to do is to train 2 times per week, train your entire body, and focus on choosing one exercise per body part. What this would look like is for chest, do some dumbbell bench press, shoulders, shoulder press, back, any type of row or lateral pull down. Legs, you could do a squat pattern, a deadlift pattern, just one exercise per muscle group 2 times per week, and this will have a profound impact on what you're trying to achieve. You can slowly build up to 3, 4, 5 days, but I definitely recommend just getting those 2 sessions in because you're not gonna burn out. You're gonna have a massive benefit of added exercise in your routine. You're gonna feel overall healthier, better, and stronger, which is never a bad thing. And a little bonus tip on top of that, if you're already in the gym, you might as well do a little bit of cardio. Not a bunch, not overdo it, but after you finish lifting your weights, the one exercise per body part in that full body routine, jump on the bike, jump on any piece of a cardio equipment. To be honest, it doesn't even matter. We just want to get our heart rate up a little bit. And for 10 to 15 minutes, you're just going to want to exert yourself at a moderate pace just to add to this caloric burn. Now, if it's only 2 times per week, it's not going to fatigue you too much. It's not going to make you too tired. And your ability to do a high amount of steps isn't going to be impacted. So the main drivers of fat loss we're going to utilize. Step 1, we're going to do our steps and we're going to try to build this up over time. Step 2, we're going to incorporate a couple workouts a week with a tiny bit of cardio done after this. And the third step, you've probably guessed it by now, but we're going to focus on our diet, mainly caloric intake. The type of foods is important. You obviously want to be healthy, but when it comes to fat loss, we really just want to nail down our caloric needs first. Same as the gym. You don't start at 7 sessions per week, and the same goes with your food. You don't just eat 100% whole foods healthy straight off the rip. The chances of you falling off and binging and going out to McDonald's is almost guaranteed. What you're going to want to do is choose foods that you already enjoy. Whether that is some popcorn, whether that's a couple donuts a week, some healthy foods. Majority, you want to choose healthy options, but you don't want to cut out all bad foods straight away. We really just want to focus on our calories and eating in a calorie deficit. So tracking your food and eating in a calorie deficit is going to be the fundamentals of fat loss and getting rid of that stubborn belly fat. Now, like this guy running through the glass, we're not going to get to the stubborn belly fat until we eat in a calorie deficit for a period of time, whether that be weeks or months, depending on your current circumstance. Tracking your macros and calories is extremely easy, and it only adds about 5 to 7 minutes per day. And you can literally eat anything you want, which is fucking unreal. I personally couldn't get extremely lean if I had to cut out all the treats I eat. I'm a massive donut person. I love eating donuts, and I just couldn't diet if I had to cut it all out forever. Now, while tracking calories and macros is extremely easy, the explanation for it takes some time. So I've created a separate video going into extreme detail about what a calorie deficit is, how to achieve it, how to track your food, how to log it into an app, how to make it extremely simple for you. And once you watch that video, you can start losing fat literally today. It is that simple. And that tutorial is right